last fight that you thought you needed to work on in advance of this fight in terms of your training camp?
I think I just needed to keep a more open mind going in my next fight, so I don't get closed in on a certain game plan, knocked away from it. I think it was the biggest mistake and lesson learned in my last fight.
Thank you.
Jonathan.
Oops, sorry, I realized the camera's a little bit dark. How you doing, Rory? Last year, you were able to make it to the playoffs, but you weren't able to make it all the way. What were you able to learn from last year's experience that you're able to use this year?
I think just being a little more relaxed, going with the flow, having a better pace through my training camp. There were several things that I adapted and changed for this year.
Awesome. And your opponent himself, he has gone undefeated, 12-0 with 11 finishes. What do you feel like you need to do differently to get a win and do something that nobody else is able to do?
I think just showing up and being at my best. I think I could compete with anyone in the world. Fighters that are undefeated or not. I'm just going out there. I got to do my best, stay technical, be aggressive, and I could put anybody away.
Beautiful. And last one from me, Rory. You have almost tripled the experience of your opponent. How do you think the experience will come into play during your fight?
Yeah, whenever the fight goes longer, and if it's a competitive fight, experience always plays a part to stay relaxed and be able to keep pushing through those deep waters. So that's always beneficial for guys like me.
Beautiful. Hey, I appreciate your time, Rory, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
Sportscast.
And Rory, first of all, how are you?
Good.
How was your training camp?
Very good.
Nice. First, one UFC question. Nate Diaz has booked against Khamzat Chimaev. How do you see that fight will play? And what do you think? Can Nate win this matchup in later rounds?
I think Khamzat has got a lot of advantages going into that fight. He's the clear favorite, but you can't count guys like Nate Diaz out. He's a dog, and he'll fight to the very end.
What do you think about Khamzat Chimaev? Is he a little bit overrated? Because much media is focused on him than Shavkat Rakhmonov, who has more wins in UFC and wins against tougher competition in UFC.
I don't think
many people are hyped around Khamzat Chimaev. I think he is a good fighter, but not as good as they think.
I think he's very good. The thing is, when you're fighting professionally, a lot of it is what you do outside of the ring, and that's what gets you the attention, and you get pushed up the ladder faster if you can be a fan favorite in and outside in the cage, and Khamzat's been able to capitalize on that.
Nice answer. And last one for UFC. What do you think about fighter payments in UFC? Should fighters create fighters union like players do in basketball, football, and other sports to have a better payment?
Well, the fighters have tried to do that in the past, but it ended up falling through, just because a lot of the fighters that were interested in doing it, when push came to shove and when things got serious, and the people would have to make sacrifices for a little while, a lot of guys dropped out of it, and it just didn't have any gas in the tank. So unfortunately for fighters, we really depend on each and every fight and the money we bring in. So for us to take a back seat for the greater good of all of us to get paid more and form a union, it takes a lot of joint sacrifice in starting something like that. And it's just a very difficult thing to do in this sport, just because it's such a personal sport. You know, there's no teams or anything. Everyone's out for their own. So it's a very difficult thing to do. Do I think it'll be good? Would it be good for us? Yes, absolutely. But the last attempt at it just it didn't work out.
Thank you for a great response. You fought in Bellator, you fight in UFC. Now you are in PFL. Can you tell us which promotion do more for fighters? Which promotion has more care for fighters?
Absolutely, PFL has been the top organization that I've fought for as far as what I receive financially and support-wise. I love fighting for them. I feel like I got a fair shake, and I think a lot of other fighters coming here from UFC and other organizations feel the same. It's a great league, and I feel like there's serious people behind it, and it's a great team, and I think PFL has a bright future.
Yes, and different organization than UFC and Bellator. Different type of matchmaking and path to the final. You have to fight the best to be the best. Like more than UFC. In UFC, much fighters has like matches to skip to going to the title. Like
I said, you could capitalize on marketing to get your title shot faster than others who've maybe fought more than you. The PFL season format is competition based. You know, you're rewarded for your performances, and it's a fair situation.
You fighting on Friday. What do you think about?
Hey, I'm sorry. We got to move on to the next person.
Okay,
sorry.
Okay, nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Miles, go ahead.
Hey, Rory. Miles from Brookie's Basement. Hope you're doing good. The last time you fought an undefeated prospect, you were victorious over Neiman Gracie. What do you have to do on Saturday to repeat your fortunes?
I think I just have to stick to being technical and aggressive. Make sure I get in control of the fight and work my way to the finish.
And you unfortunately missed the playoffs in your first PFL season. What are your thoughts now on the format, and how do you prepare knowing you have multiple fights booked at once?
It's a challenge. PFL format is very difficult, and it's a grind to get through it. So winning a tournament like this would be one of the biggest honors of my life and my career. And I'm working hard to make sure I do that.
Thank you, Rory. Good luck Saturday.
Thanks.
Ethan.
Hey, Rory. Ethan Albin, Tunnel Vision Sports. How do you plan on approaching Magomed, given his reputation as a finisher?
I'm just trying to focus on my own abilities. I know he's a talented guy. I've seen a few of his fights, and I want to stay away from his strengths and just work mine. And I think I have a lot of skills that I could put him away in, and I'll just try to keep the fight in that direction.
And one more question for you. This fight will be your 33rd professional bout. How much longer will we see Rory MacDonald?
I have no idea. I just go one fight at a time.
Thanks, Rory.
Thanks.
Neil, did you have another one?
I did. Thank you. Should introduce myself, Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press in Toronto. Rory, you're still a young guy, but you've been at this for a long time. I was just wondering, what is your stress level these days as you approach fight night?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm having a good time in Cardiff. We got beautiful weather, and I'm feeling pretty relaxed. I'm in a good headspace, so I'm not too stressed at the moment.
Good to hear. Thank you.
All right, Eddie.
Hey, Rory, it's Eddie with FightBananas.com, and I wanted to know, between Carlos and Sadibou, seeing you get the win here, who do you want to see next in the finals? Would you rather get the rematch, or would you like to test yourself against the Challenger Series, Carlos?
I think I'd like to have a rematch against Sadibou. I think I have a better performance in me, but both are great fighters. I'm honored to compete with both of them. I mean, Leal had a great performance against Ray Cooper, who beat me last year. So, both competitors will bring the best out of me.
Awesome. And I have one fan question from James Howell. Shout out to him. He wanted to know, how has the adjustment been with the new puppy in the house?
It's been awesome. Kids love him. He's a great dog. Just getting through that potty training stage and just enjoying a little new addition to the family.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rory, and good luck.
Thanks.
Dylan.
Hey there, Rory. I appreciate you making some time.
My pleasure.
I'm just curious because your opponent's unbeaten record has kind of been mentioned. I was reading an article where it was kind of talking about your unbeaten run prior to the Carlos Condit fight. Do you think this is going to be kind of his Carlos Condit moment in a sense?
Yeah, it definitely could be.
And also, I'm kind of curious where you were training, because it seemed like you were getting in work at Sanford MMA, which is Killcliff FC now, but it seems like Austin, Texas and Montreal are kind of the main areas. Like, whereabouts, like gym-wise, have you been working between those locations?
Yeah, so at the beginning of this year, I made the move to go check out Austin, train with Tim Kennedy and guys like John Donaher and New Wave at Roca, and I really loved it there. So I've spending most of my time there and in Montreal at TriStar. But I still have a great relationship with the guys at Sanford or Killcliff now, and Henry Hooft and the coaches there. So I'm sure I'll spend some more time training there in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate the insights, man. Thank you.
Neil, did you have one more question?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Rory. Appreciate your time today.
Thanks, guys.
Spoke highly about Charlie.
No, I'm not gonna. No, not gonna publicly out him. No, he's an awesome dog. It wasn't the greatest timing to bring in a new puppy to the household. My patience was at a very low point. I think Canada. He's a good dog.
All right, guys, we have Carlos coming up next. If you have questions for Carlos Leal, please go ahead and raise your hand. It's in the reactions tab. And we will get him here in just a second.
Somebody can start. I did that first.
Oh, okay. Also, does the picture look a little dark? Anyone?
It's pretty blurry at the moment.
When Rory
It's
was
not
on.
in focus now, but no, you're fine. Brightness wise, you're fine.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thanks.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? Best camera guy in the business.
Use your sanitizers?
Oh, you already know. I have a light on me and everything right now.
All right.
Yeah, I like those headphones so far.
Great. Wearing them as we speak.
My man.
You don't want to make sure this is okay? It's a good trip.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a sponsor for that one.
Yeah, get in there. Take the sponsors in, honey.
2023 PFL Inter. All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
Carlos.
Dave just reported that Magomed Umalatov is out versus Rory, and that Delano Taylor is replacing him.
Hold that thought for a minute.
I don't know if that's right or not. That's coming from Dave.
My Dave?
Your Dave.
It's a fun way to find this out.
I claimed him, bro. Hold on.
It's on his Twitter.
Oh, yeah, now it's on Instagram.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, that's bananas.
Shameless plug there, but nice.
It's the only reason I got that thing.
If you have it,
all right.
easy.
Hey guys, that's my question, okay? Dave needs to jump in this call real quick. And of course, we just finished with Rory.
Right.
Well, there you go, Sadi. Well, how crazy would that be if we get Carlos versus Postman?
That would be nuts. 2 Challenger
Like
Series guys.
yeah.
And a former Titan and LFA champion. That would be a great matchup.
It would be awesome for like the underdog story of this run.
Mm-hmm. Especially since I don't think neither of them got a second fight, right?
On Challenger?
No. For the playoffs, because Leal was
right.
replacements for the first one, and then Postman won his first fight too, but didn't get a second fight during the season.
You're right.
And he's out not because of injury, because of visa issues. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's thing. Which I was wondering. We were missing 2 people on this call, and it would have been him and.
And Delano did have a second fight this season. He just lost to Magomed Karamov.
Oh, my fault.
Was that in Georgia? It was in Georgia, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And he had the first win earlier this season over João Zeffirino.
But Carlos didn't have a second fight, right?
Well, Carlos was supposed to fight in Georgia and got that pass. Well, Carlos had 2 fights in Challenger Series.
Mm-hmm.
He won the first one, didn't get it, and then they put him on that last episode, and he was fucking ecstatic. Excuse my language, sorry. None of this gets used, right?
I don't think we've heard a fighter curse before, so.
We need to have these Zoom chats ourselves more often, like once a week or something.
Do more collab shows.
Like a media of the round table thing.
Yeah. National MMA Media Conference.
Yeah.
You're onto something.
We could have we should do that. We should do a quarterly conference and talk about the biggest highlights and just, we all have to have a fun story, right?
After this Zoom call ends, that's going to get drafted up. Like we say this is a joke, but it will become a thing somehow.
Watch.
Like John Morgan's going to tweet it out like 3 a.m.
There's going to be.
Watch, Tani is going to host it. Every time the screen moves, it freaks me out. Yesterday, during my question, I completely bombed responding to Chris Wade because the screen moved, everything moved, and I went and to follow up, and I just froze.
I remember
I've acted at Universal. I've acted at Universal. I've done all that, but that Zoom call was the most stressful thing in my life. So now I'm wondering if we're going to have any issue with Dennis.
This does totally change things because, like Rory was just saying, he was trying to kind of focus on that camp and how that is.
This format is awesome. You know what I mean? And it's the best guy cannot make it to the end. In theory, statistics wise, right? And it's crazy. I love it.
Well, if you look at any other sport, health is a big factor. I mean, you look at football, you look at basketball. If a star player goes down, that team has a much less chance of winning the championship. And it's the same way in the PFL. So I think that's, it's cool because it's it translates over a little bit more. I mean, that's what they're going for.
Yeah. The only thing I guess that would change is the old tough, when it was camp versus camp, right? All right, this fighter's out, but now Usman's in, or whomever, you know what I mean? It's you could still have another all-star person coming out of TriStar or somewhere, I want to call Dave so bad. And where did he get that info?
It's possible Magomed's team reached out, but I doubt it.
Like
All right,
that,
guys,
or is his Twitter game like that?
We have all right, yeah. All right. Actually, we're gonna have Scheffel first, and then we'll get Leal in right after this. All right. Jonathan, get us started.
Jonathan Ramlicon, 5 Reasons Sports. You're coming into this fight having a win over the 21 champion in Bruno Capoloza. What does having a win over that champion coming into this playoff format give you as far as confidence goes?
Você tá chegando aqui no playoffs depois de ter ganho a luta contra o Capoloza, o campeão do ano passado. O que é uma vitória contra o campeão da temporada anterior faz para a sua motivação e a sua confiança para essa luta agora?
For me, this was the biggest win of my career, of course. Everybody knows that. I know this. But it's the past now, you know. I'm here to fight the playoffs. I'm still running $1 million. So this is my thing now, you know. Bruno is my friend. I really like him. But this is the business. We had to fight, we fight. And that's it.
Beautiful. Now, on the other end of the bracket is Ante Delija, someone that you weren't able to pick up a win against last time. If you are able to make it to the finals and match up with him, what would you need to do differently to get the win this time?
Do outro lado da chave tá o Delija, né? Um cara que você não, enfim, infelizmente não conseguiu um resultado positivo. Se você passar dessa e ele passar também e chegar na final, o que você vê como uma coisa que você precisa fazer diferente para vencer?
The future is the future, you know what I mean? I don't want to think in the future right now. I have one fight in 2 days against a good guy, you know. I don't want to think against who I'm gonna fight in another fight, you know. I just want to think now. I don't like to think in the future because I have things to do now, you know. So I have to put my feet on the ground and just be focused on this fight, you know.
Now, last one from me. What message do you have to your fans back home going into this fight?
Never give up of your dreams, you know. I was coming with a loss here in PFL. Now I'm here. I fought against the champion. I beat the champion, and I'm here living my dream, you know. This place, PFL, is a place that dreams come true, you know what I mean? I can change my life, but I never give up of my dreams, you know? So if you want to do something, go do your thing.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Personally, as well, that being a message to the fans. So good luck this Saturday.
Thanks.
Miles.
Hey, Matheus, hope you're doing well. Miles from the Bookie's Basement. You beat the former champion as a 4-1 underdog in your last fight. Do you feel like you're being overlooked in this fight, being a 2.5-1 underdog after such a good performance?
Você ganhou do campeão atual. Você sente como assim que você está sendo desvalorizado, baseado assim no que as casas de aposta estão dizendo, entrando nessa luta aqui agora?
I don't care, you know. My friends are making a lot of money in Brazil, putting money on me. So keep me putting underdog. I don't care. Fight is a fight. When the door of the cage is closed, are 2 guys with 2 hands closed, you know. I don't care. Put me underdog forever. My friends will make a lot of money in Brazil. For me, it's good.
And are you planning on putting anything on yourself as well?
I don't like to put money on myself, you know. It's not for me.
right,
put
thank
money
you.
in other fights, but not for me, not on me.
Ethan.
Hey, Matheus, Ethan Albin, Tunnel Vision Sports. How did you feel camp went for this fight?
So in my gym, we never stopped training. I got this fight 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it was a good camp as usual. You know, we never stopped training our gym, and yeah, it was good. Always hard.
And one last one for you. What do you make of Dennis's grappling ability?
Yeah, he's good. You know, he's good, and that's it. I don't think he's a huge fighter in his things. I think he's just good. Yeah.
Dylan.
Hey there, I appreciate you taking my call. I'm just kind of curious because your opponent is a former ACA heavyweight champion and has had a few different seasons through the PFL now. Like, what do you think he really brings to the table as an opponent? Like, what does he do well?
And I don't care which tournament he's champion. I don't care, you know. Fight is fight. Between me and him. That's it.
Fair enough. And I'm also just curious as to your nickname, like just like what the meaning is, just the backstory and everything.
Yeah, bro, there is that story, you know. Bufa in Brazil is fight, you know. And all my life I tried to change this nickname, but I couldn't. So I made a tattoo, you know what I mean? The buffalo, and then hey, what is buffalo? Because it's buffalo thing, you know. But it's buffalo because I fight. Everybody fight, brother. But I fight a lot, you know.
Thanks for the insight.
I hope I for your voice, I think you fight a lot.
You think I fight a lot?
Yeah, for sure. Your voice tell me.
Looking forward to checking out your fight. Thanks for the insights, man.
What? Oh, thanks.
Eddie, go ahead.
Hey, Matheus, thank you so much. I actually wanted to ask you, so you're getting this fight on 2 weeks' notice versus either a one-night turnover and getting a new opponent or even having a full 2 months of a training camp to face someone. Do you find it as a more of a mental strain having less time or more time leading up to a fight?
O que você vê como desafio maior? Quando você tem camp inteiro, se preparar para uma luta, ou quando você entendeu meio que pega assim de última hora?
When I have more time to train, you know, focusing on one guy, you have more time to practice some details. Detalhes, como é que fala? Details. So, I think this is the thing if you have more time, but in the end of the day, brother, are two big guys with close hands, you know, in heavyweight, I need one hand to change the game, you know. Having more time is more time to get more cardio, but I'm good, you know, I'm good.
Awesome. And then I have a fan question from Days Max. He wanted to know, being able to travel to different countries currently in the UK, is there anything food-wise that you've had to be able to enjoy, or are you still waiting for after weigh-ins?
Alguma coisa aí que você gostou? Desse chegou aqui ou tá esperando depois da luta, depois da pesagem?
I'm eating everything they have here, brother. You know, a lot of pasta. Yeah, the food is good here. I'm not worried about my weight, you know. I don't have to cut weight. I'm a natural.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much, and best of luck, my friend.
Thanks.
All right. Any last questions? Okay. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your time today. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, guys, we're gonna bring up Carlos now. So if you have questions for Carlos, go ahead and raise your hand.
Você vai nesse negócio com o Lucas, então? Falou que tinha uma área aí, roupa. Vai?
Hey, how are you? All right. Ethan, why don't you start us off?
Hey, Carlos. Ethan Albin, Tunnel Vision Sports. Your opponent's last fight saw him nullify all 7 takedown attempts. Do you feel you can out-grapple him?
Seu oponente na última luta tentou 7 takedowns e não conseguiu nenhum. Você acha que você sente que você tem a capacidade de ganhar dele nesse departamento?
Eu acredito que sim, né? Eu geralmente não avalio o que o meu adversário, né? Que os outros adversários não conseguiram fazer nele, né? Porque eu não sei se eles têm a mesma força do que eu, se eles têm a mesma técnica do que eu, né? Eu acredito que quando eu eu decidi fazer a parte de queda, eu acredito que eu vou conseguir derrubar.
I believe I'll be more successful than him in this department. But that said, whenever I watch tape on upcoming opponents, I try not to go based on what their opponents then couldn't do to them. I have no idea of their capabilities. If they're as strong as I am, if they're as technical as I am, I can just base it off my skill set.
Jonathan.
Jonathan Roblicon, 5 Reading Sports. How you doing, Carlos? Nice to see you, my man. First one for me. You're coming into this fight. It's the first fight or the first season in the PFL for you, and now you have a shot at the 2022 championships. Can you talk to me about how this run has been a little bit different from the one for the LFA Welterweight Grand Prix?
A primeira temporada aqui com o PFL já está, enfim, nas semifinais. Fazer uma comparação assim dessa sua experiência aqui com a sua experiência no Grand Prix da LFA.
São grandes eventos, né? E o grau de dificuldade parecido também, né? Então, a mesma mentalidade que eu tava no LFA, que era ser o campeão, foi o que me forjou e me trouxe com a mesma mentalidade pro GP do PFL.
They're both two great promotions. I put the level of competition at pretty similar. I feel like it was my mind state, my state of mind, and my grit that took me to becoming the champion of that Grand Prix, and I'm in the same headspace for this one, so it's leading me to great things.
Awesome. Now, 11-fight win streak coming into the fight this Saturday. What have you learned and what experiences have you gained during this period that have bring you to the best point in your career?
Alguns resultados consecutivos. O que você tem aprendido nessa sequência aí que te trouxe a esse momento agora?
Ganhar sempre é muito bom e acostuma, né? Então sempre quando eu, né, embalo mais uma vitória seguida, isso me motiva muito mais a manter a sequência. Então, o meu objetivo agora é esse, é manter essa sequência de vitórias, cada vez aumentando mais.
I guess what I learned is that winning is great, and that you can easily get used to it. So every single win, it's another step. You're moving a step up, and you kind of get in the groove of it. So just can't let it stop.
Awesome. And last one for me, your trainer, Bento Oliveira, and I talk quite often. Can you speak about what he brings into your career and into your training camp?
Conversa muito com o seu mestre Bento Oliveira, saber o que ele traz para o seu camp, para a sua performance.
Bento é o meu preparador físico, né? Um dos melhores que eu tive a oportunidade de trabalhar e continuo trabalhando hoje. E mais do que treinar a parte física, a gente faz um trabalho mental, e isso tem feito a diferença desde quando a gente trabalha junto, começou a trabalhar junto, e foi exatamente o primeiro camp que eu fiz com o Bento foi o GP do LFA. Então, tenho certeza que o trabalho que começou um ano e pouco atrás vai dar mais resultado agora também aqui no PFL.
Bento is my strength and conditioning coach. He does great work with me and with others. And more than just strength and conditioning, we do a lot of mental space and just being in the right mindset. We do a lot of work on that department too. Interestingly enough, the first time I worked with him was ahead of the LFA Grand Prix, and we've never stopped working since, just based on how good he is in his job.
Yeah, that man mindset is on another level. Good luck to you this Saturday, and I appreciate your time, Carlos.
Miles.
Hey, Carlos, hope you're doing well. Miles time from the Bookies Basement. How does your experience in that LFA one-night welterweight tournament prepare you for the PFL season format?
Como é que a sua experiência no GP da LFA te preparou para isso aqui?
Foi porque o grau de dificuldade, né? Fazer 2 lutas na mesma noite e contra 2 adversários que estão entre os melhores do Brasil quando eu lutei com eles. Então, mostrou que eu tô pronto para lutar com qualquer adversário e qualquer canto do mundo, e se necessário, mais uma vez na mesma noite. Então, ali foi uma conquista muito grande, né? E que já me forjou, né, para esse GP. Então, tudo que acontecesse aqui, eu sei que eu estaria pronto, porque eu passei por um momento muito difícil lá, que foi ser campeão.
That experience put me through the fire and flames. I fought against 2 of the best guys at 170 pounds in Brazil, and on coming out of that with my arm raised, I knew I was ready. I knew I was ready for any and all challenges that come after.
Both you and your opponent are coming off big upset wins in your last fight. How do you see yourself neutralizing him and winning the fight?
Você e seu oponente estão vindo aí num embalo de 2 grandes vitórias, cada um. Como é que você vê você neutralizando o jogo dele e ganhando essa luta?
Eu acredito que se eu conseguir pôr no meu jogo, né, eu vou ser vitorioso, né? O jogo completo, a parte de trocação, a parte de queda e o meu jiu-jitsu, mas principalmente a pressão, né? É assim que eu vejo a luta, é pressão nele do começo ao final, e para ele não aguentar o meu ritmo.
I feel like if I implement my game plan and my skill set, there's no way I'm losing this fight. I believe in my jiu-jitsu, my grappling, and my heart, my strength and conditioning. And I'm looking forward to, implementing my pace, being able to set the pace to the fight and for the fight. And in doing so, I'll come out with a win.
Thank you very much. Good luck this Saturday.
Eddie.
Carlos, how you doing? So we got to see you not once, but twice on the Challenger Series. Then we see you defeat Ray Cooper. And then you get a little frustrated. You did want to perform in Georgia. We didn't get to see you perform. Now, is that kind of a blessing in disguise that you had more time to yourself to do more training?
Você veio como alternate, né, alguns dos últimos eventos. Você assim, não veio já com luta marcada e tudo mais, tipo assim, em relação à sua preparação. Essa luta aqui foi diferente. Você já depois de você sair de Atlanta, você já sabia que ia estar aqui, sabia com quem você ia lutar. Como é que seria essa diferença?
A diferença é a estratégia, né? Eu acredito que quando a gente já tem o adversário, tem um tempo maior para se preparar, sabendo qual é o adversário, tem mais tempo para fazer uma estratégia, né? Mas das outras vezes eu continuei treinando, luta após luta, é o meu 5º camp seguido, né? A única diferença agora é que tive um tempinho a mais para estudar o adversário, fazer uma estratégia que eu espero conseguir pôr em jogo e sair com a vitória.
Yeah, I've been doing 5 pretty much back-to-back camps from the end of last year to the beginning of this one. I'm always training. I'm always at the gym. I'm always in shape. But yeah, it's definitely different when you have this much lead time to prepare, and not only to prepare, but knowing who you're preparing for.
Awesome. And you also posted on Instagram that this 12th victory in a row is going to mean a lot to you. You achieved that. Who's the first person you think?
Você botou no seu Instagram que essa 12ª vitória vai significar muito, na sequência vai significar muito para você, vai ser muito importante. No caso, você, enfim, sair vitorioso, quem é a primeira pessoa que você vai pensar?
Pensar em uma pessoa só é difícil, né? Ainda mais na vitória, que ela não é construída sozinha, né? Mas eu sempre separo, primeiro eu agradeço, né? Eu penso primeiro em Deus, porque Ele é o motivo de tudo, né? É o que me motiva a continuar batalhando e fazendo o meu melhor dia após dia. Em seguida, a minha mãe, a minha família, né? A minha equipe e meu empresário e patrocinadores. Eu sempre sigo essa escala, porque se eu citar algum nome, eu vou acabar esquecendo de alguém e parece que é injusto, né? Então, são várias pessoas que fazem parte, né, de cada conquista minha, mas principalmente Deus.
It's tough to pinpoint one person. This is teamwork, so it's a lot of people involved in these 12 wins and the result that we'll be reaping the benefits for this upcoming Saturday. So it's almost like a pyramid. The first person I think of really is God, followed by my mom and my family and my gym, my training partners, and then sponsors and my manager. These are all people that I appreciate greatly, and that have a big part in my success.
Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Any last questions for Carlos? Okay. Carlos, thank you. Appreciate your time today.
Obrigado.
Valeu, gente.
Valeu.
Not sure if you guys saw, but Dennis Golstov is also out. Juan Adams stepping in.
Good call out.
Yeah, thank you.
Say what? You see me slide. What was that? No, I heard you. Yeah, it's a visa issue. It's travel restrictions. They both have to be the same situation.
Is the monkey going around?
Mm-hmm. All right, so who'd you say was stepping in?
We are waiting on Renan.
Juan Adams.
I heard Juan Adams. I heard on both.
Renan Ferreira.
Tani, are you seeing this information that's getting put out in the news?
Yes, we just put out a press release, so
Awesome.
I can officially confirm your chatter.
Heard that change up the rest of the questions. No.
Yeah. So we're just waiting on Renan and then Sadi and then Ante.
I love how we spoke to both guys and then got the news after.
Right.
Oh, naturally, of course. Although I'm pretty sure at the end of probably the last minute of Rory's time, that's when the news broke. I just don't think any of us saw it right at that exact time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when Sadi comes in. Hey, so Dave just tweeted, PFL news release. That's cool.
Kind of begs the question, does that deter Russian fighters from like training stateside? Or I guess in their own country? They can't get the visa access.
I would think so.
It's not the first time we've seen it this year, just in any format.
I mean, it's the war now, right? Like that's why I would assume.
That's mostly why. I know there was a similar incident that happened. I don't know if you guys remember the UFC London card where there were like 4 Russian fighters and like 2 of them couldn't go. They couldn't travel.
That's crazy, right? All right, so Rory done, Carlos, and we're getting Renan.
Tall dude.
New York. Is what I need to
I'm
talk
5'8".
about.
I'm 5'8". So when I went to Atlanta and I had to stand next to this guy and like talk to him, I was like, "Dang, bro, you're literally a foot taller than me."
Yeah, he's huge. It was funny seeing people on the street like go up to him and be like, "You got to be a fighter." Like that was.
I would assume he's a basketball player. Like,
yeah, right. Actually,
There's an old picture of me somewhere, like 4'6", standing with Stefan Struve, just towering over me.
The skyscraper. I forgot about him.
yeah. I mean, unfortunately, we had to, right? I liked him. His reach, he never kind of.
He's doing good reporting work now. Interviews.
There we go. We got another one.
Yeah, right. That's good though.
He had a good run.
They get to stay with the sport. That's the best part. Jonathan, how far are you from Pensacola?
couple hours. I'm in Mineola, bro. Like when you come to Technique, that's where literally I'm like.
Oh, that's right. You're right there. I might be driving up September 23rd. And depending on how much time I spend over at the issue with me is I want to get my boxing training with Technique, but he's about to fly overseas with Mike Perry and then immediately go do the Christine Ferreira.
Yeah.
So I can't get that work.
He works out of the gym that I train at. The weight training gym, not like the fighting gym, but like the I'll see him in there. I saw Latori in there too.
Yeah, I'm debating still fighting on that card or not. I kind of
You
want
won
to
your fight, right? You stepped in and you won, right?
No, I did not.
But you stepped in, which was pretty dope.
You would think so. They gave me like an interview and shit. But if so, I need to hit you up so you come watch.
Yeah,
come do the walkout with me. Oh, here we go.
All right. If you have questions for Renan, go ahead and raise your hand. Eddie, why don't you start us off this time?
Hey, Renan, how you doing today? I actually wanted to talk to you about basically becoming a face of the division. You were just in New York. You got to go ring the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. You spoke to the youth center out there. How do you manage being the problem and a face of the company?
Falar com você sobre assim, as oportunidades que você está tendo aqui, né? Tipo, semana passada estava em Nova York, abrindo a bolsa, conversou com, entendeu? Deu um discurso motivacional e agora está aqui na Europa para lutar. Assim, como é que você lida com, entendeu? Ser um problema e ao mesmo tempo ser atualmente, entendeu? Uma das caras, uma das referências aqui da PFL.
Então, estou muito feliz, né, com a oportunidade. Vejo que o trabalho que a gente tem feito tem dado bons resultados, né? E agradeço muito a valorização que a organização tem me dado.
I'm very happy to be able to reap the benefits of all the work and all the hard work that I've been doing over the past years, and I've got nothing but but appreciation for the PFL for giving me the platform and allowing me to work.
Also, maybe, and just to follow up on that, can you go into maybe a little detail? How do you manage the training aspect with that travel schedule? Do you find different camps, like when you were in New York, as an example, or do you just do a lot of the stuff at the hotel rooms?
Como é que você lida com Como é que você lida com Como é que você tem lidado com essa parte da viagem? Assim, né? Tipo, você tá em Nova York treinando, depois veio para cá para treinar também. Você tem trazido a sua equipe ou você tem ido para academias diferentes na área?
Não, com certeza. Minha equipe está junto comigo, né? Me ajudando aí nessa parte da viagem, com os treinamentos. Mas, assim, pelo PFL ter um esquema de luta muito próximo, então a gente já vem de um trabalho muito forte, né? Então a gente só vem aprimorando ali e mantendo bem ativo já para a próxima luta.
I brought my team with me, both to New York and out here, but we're not even too worried on the training side. We've been in camp since the beginning of the year. The work's already done. It's just fine tuning stuff. So I try not to get too caught up with a day here or a day there. We've been putting in the work since last season. So now's just the time to put it out there to show the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Miles.
Hey, Renan, hope you're doing good. Miles, time from the bookie's basement. In your last fight, were you completely focused even though you'd already qualified for the playoffs?
Você se sentiu 100% focado na sua última luta mesmo, já tendo a vaga cravada para os playoffs?
Com certeza. Eu sempre estou muito focado para as minhas lutas. Na minha última luta, senti um pouco uma lesão no pé ali na hora que eu chutei. Não consegui um bom desempenho, mas assim, eu estou sempre muito focado, estou sempre treinando muito e quero sempre dar o melhor.
Yeah, no, I went all in for that fight. Despite I never want to lose. I never want to put on a bad performance. Unfortunately, the beginning of the fight, I suffered an injury in my foot, which prevented me from my characteristic movement and from kicking a lot. But yeah, just I'm always giving it all.
And earlier this season against Jamel Jones, you had a fantastic 31-second knockout, potentially knockout of the year for PFL. Do you feel a pressure to get another finish in this fight?
Começo do ano você teve o que muitos estão vendo como o nocaute do ano, né? Contra o Jamel Jones. Você se sente pressionado para ter uma outra performance desse quilate?
Não, de maneira alguma. Eu acho que todo trabalho é diferente, toda luta é diferente, né? E assim, é claro que a gente sempre busca nocautear, dar um show, mas assim, estou buscando vitórias.
No, not at all. That was a great performance. I'm looking to put on shows, but I'm not measuring it based on prior wins. I want to make sure the fans are entertained, but there's no pressure on that department.
Thank you very much.
Jonathan Rumlicon, 5 Reasons Sports. And in your last fight, you weren't able to show off your striking because of the amount of wrestling going on. I know you talked about just more so fine-tuning the skills going into these fights, but what changes were you able to make to ensure that you're able to show those striking skills in this fight?
Que mudanças aí você, assim, na sua última luta você não conseguiu mostrar muito do seu striking, assim, por dado, enfim, onde a luta acabou se desenvolvendo mais? Que mudanças você fez no seu jogo da última luta para cá, para você poder, enfim, se manter mais em pé?
Então, intensifiquei bastante os meus treinos, e eu sei que eu tenho um bom jiu-jitsu, eu tenho um bom wrestling também, aprimorei isso aí e cheguei muito bem, estou muito bem preparado aí para essa próxima luta contra o Dante.
I just prioritize and focus a lot on jiu-jitsu and on wrestling practice. After this camp, I'm in great shape, and I can't wait to step inside the cage against Ante.
Now, last season, you had a no contest with Werdum and you weren't able to have enough points, even getting a win in the second fight of the season. Now, how is missing the playoffs last year motivating you and giving you a little bit extra just factor going into this fight and this playoffs?
Como é que Paty, você ano passado você não conseguiu entrar nos playoffs depois do no contest contra o Verdun. E esse ano você está aqui. Como é que você vê o que aconteceu ano passado com a motivação para esse ano?
Eu não parei, né? Todo mundo viu que eu tive uma boa performance no último ano e eu não parei de treinar e fiquei muito focado e sabia que tendo boas lutas chegaria nesse momento. Então, eu trabalhei muito duro para estar até aqui, né?
Just hard work. I've been putting in the work. I've been trying to, showcase the better version of myself from that last year, learning from those mistakes, the mistakes I've made this year as well, so that I can capitalize on the opportunity that I have in front of me right now.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Renan, and good luck this Saturday.
Ethan.
Hey, Hanan, Ethan Albin, Tunnel Vision Sports. A lot has been made of your height and your reach. So how do you plan on using that reach advantage in this fight?
Como é que você planeja usar a sua envergadura nessa luta?
Então, o Dante é um cara longo também, né? Dos maiores que eu vou lutar aqui na organização até hoje. Planejo me movimentar como sempre, né? E o Dante golpeia muito bem, planejo pegar meus golpes duros de encontro. Treinei bastante para isso e vai funcionar.
Well, Ante is one of the tallest heavyweights in the organization as well, probably the second tallest after myself. He's got heavy hands. He moves well. I plan on doing the same old from what you've been seeing from me. A lot of movement, fast on my feet, and coming in with some heavy hands and meeting him from afar, meeting him from places he can't come just based on my reach.
Thank you.
Mills.
Hey, what's going on? This is MMA Locker Room, part of Pub Sports Radio. I just wanted to say, LeBron James missed the playoffs one year when he came over to the Lakers. So, missing the playoffs really isn't nothing because you can come back and win it the next year. So do you believe that you have those championship attributes to actually win the championship this year in PFL?
O LeBron James, quando ele foi jogar no Los Angeles, né, pro Lakers, primeiro ano ele não conseguiu chegar nos playoffs, né? Temporada seguinte foi campeão. Você vê, entendeu? A sua história uma história similar. No passado, entendeu? Não conseguiu chegar até aqui. Esse é o seu ano?
Com certeza, a gente sempre busca estar melhorando a cada dia. Eu sinto que esse ano eu estou melhor, sinto que a minha vez chegou. Então, estou muito feliz, vou continuar trabalhando e vou buscar esse cinturão.
Yeah, absolutely. We're constantly working on the better versions of ourselves, and it's no different for me. I'm in the best shape of my life, and this year this belt's mine. I've worked for this.
Got it. And also, I noticed, you might be having another career coming. Looks like you might be going viral soon with those videos that you're doing with Frankie LaPena over there, knocking them out in slow motion. So are you getting a lot of more followers now with those viral videos you're doing? Because they're so funny.
Sentindo que você está desenvolvendo uma nova vertente aí, uma vertente de celebridade, de pessoa pública. Entendeu? Com aquele vídeo que você gravou com o Frank LaPena, dando uma mãozada na cara dele. Como é que você vê esse outro lado assim, da profissão, esse outro lado de se promover aqui?
Eu sempre gostei dessa parte artística, né? O que envolve a arte, essa produção. Então, eu me sinto muito feliz atuando nessa área também. Então, espero ter a oportunidade de fazer mais vezes.
I'm having a great time exploring the other side of what being a professional means and being able to engage on the media side. So I look forward to doing it many more times.
All right. Anyone else? Last questions. All right, cool.
Você ainda tá no filme do Verdun?
Tô.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Na verdade, eu acho que ele já estreia agora no final do ano.
É?
Aí eles venderam pra HBO.
Ah, yeah.
Aham.
Said the movie should be released later this year. They sold it to HBO. Oh, you already did? Yeah, they said they're releasing it later this year.
Wow, that's amazing.
Tá muito maneiro. Acabou? Acabou. É muito, só gostou muito. Tá bom.
All right, guys. Just waiting for Sadibou to get here. 2 left.
I wasn't the only one who picked up that and had to move the mic up, right?
No, I had actually dropped it in the chat when you first came in.
Did? Okay.
Yeah.
Thing looks so small compared to him, dude.
Ethan, you're not popping up on my IG, bro. ALBS.
Maybe it's just Ethan Alb, ALB instead of the S.
Yeah, it's just ALB.
The Pub Sports Radio, is that on YouTube? Right?
Jonathan, are you out of Miami?
The network I work with is I'm more so out of like 20 minutes off Orlando.
Yeah, I live in Coral Gables. I go to school at University of Miami.
Oh, nice, bro. Nice. Yeah, most of the stuff that the network does is like Miami Heat, Miami Dolphins, Marlins, all that good stuff.
I'll have to check it out.
I didn't realize you were in Coral Gables.
Yeah, I'll go down this weekend.
Dope. Yeah, if you're ever at like Universal Disney area, that's where I'm at.
I kind of want to go up to check a karate combat event out sometime.
I just applied for media. I just hit up Robin Black. Robin Black's supposed to be getting me in there, hopefully.
That's cool.
For which
I
one?
got to work with him. Karate Combat's at Universal. So I got to work with Robin Black on the Game Bread events, or at least the first two he was a part of. So me and him luckily I got pretty close with him. We both had kids like the same month. Boom.
All right. We got Sadibou here.
More? So low.
All right. Miles, kick us off.
Hey, Sadibou, hope you're doing well. Miles Time from the Bookies Basement. You have the most PFL experience out of any fighter who qualified for the playoffs. Does that give you any confidence going into Saturday's fight?
Hi, Miles. Yeah, so to be honest, I believe so, but not in that sense of like I'm not comparing myself to anyone else. It's just the experience has made me a better fighter. I believe that you can see the growth in me as a fighter, and it's more to come. So I believe in that sense, yeah, 100%.
And what can you learn from your previous PFL playoff bouts to help you going into this one and from the format?
Like, so the thing is, for me, a fight is a fight, and the next fight is always going to be the most important fight, right? But just going through this every season makes me more comfortable in this setting. Like the atmosphere it feels comfortable, and I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm much more calm than I've been like leading up to the fight. And then when the fight comes, like I said, the fight is the fight, and I'm not like, it's always the next fight is always the most important. So I'm not gonna say that like I'm not gonna compare previous ones, but I'm ready and very excited for this one.
Thank you very much. Good luck this Saturday.
Appreciate it.
Ethan.
Hey, Sadibou. Ethan Albin, Tunnel Vision Sports. Your opponent has never been KO'd or TKO'd. You yourself have 6 TKOs or KOs. Does that, put anything in your mind? Do you want to make that 7 after Saturday night?
I know that he's never been finished, and of course, my style is I'm always gonna try to finish my opponent, and not only finish, I'm always gonna look for something spectacular, like a head kick or something nice, The most important thing is to get the victory and get the W and heading to the finals, So I have a couple of things that I'm gonna try, and we'll just have to see.
Thanks. Best of luck.
Jonathan
Ramlicon, 5 Region Sports. You've been in the States for the last couple of your fights, and you've had an excellent amount of fan support when you were out here. You're a little closer to home this time. So what do you expect out of the fans coming into this fight?
Yeah, that's correct. I've been based in Vegas since early January. So for the last 2 fights, I was actually doing my camps. Sorry, including this fight. I was doing my camps out in Vegas, and the support has been amazing. That's true. Well, we're in Europe for the first time. I have some people flying in from Sweden actually, and I hope that the European fan base will stand behind me. But we just have to wait and see. I have to give them something to root for as well, I believe.
What message do you have to those fans, before coming into this one, maybe to give them a little extra hype, maybe something to look forward to? What message do you have to those fans coming into this fight?
Hey, I've seen how they showed up for previous fighters in different organizations. So I'll hope that they're not gonna let us down.
Well, excellent. I appreciate your time, my man. Good luck this Saturday.
Appreciate it.
Mills.
Hey, what's going on? This is MMA Locker Room, part of Puff Sports Radio. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you. How are you?
Man, I'm doing awesome, man.
Nice.
You got to be doing a little bit better than fine, man. You're on a 2-fight win streak in PFL. You turned it around. A lot of fighters in the PFL organization, when they go win, loss, they don't get to stick around for the second season, let alone the third or fourth season. They kept you here, so you're like a staple in the company, With that being said, like, how does it feel to actually feel like this is going to be your year to actually win it all and get that milli?
That's an amazing question, to be honest. And to be completely honest, I agree with you 100%. I believe that, and nobody has told me this. This is just my own, my own beliefs, right? That when I started with PFL in 2018, they were ready to put the promotion behind me. But I believe that I didn't perform for various reasons. I didn't perform up to my potential, and I believe that now making the move out to Vegas and growing as a fighter, as a person, and getting the experiences from fighting for 5 years has made me ready. To be honest, I feel like the promotion wants to stand behind me again. I'm ready to take the key.
All right, rooting for you, Denzel. Let's get it.
I appreciate it.
Eddie.
Hey, how are you? This is Eddie with Fight Bananas. I actually have there's some rumors, some tweets going around right now. It looks like instant news, and I needed to know if you're even aware. Over on the other side of your bracket, it looks like one of the opponents may not be fighting. So with that being said, what are you looking at when these changes happen? Does that interest you? It doesn't matter, any man in front of you you're going to take down? How does that change things for you?
Yeah, that's that. So the welterweight division has been it's been a lot going on for each event, to be honest. So I got a similar question earlier this week, and the best answer for me is so coming from a kickboxing and Muay Thai background, I fought for the national team in both, and I fought a lot of tournaments, World Cup, when you fight in a bracket like that, things happen. So you have to take it for what it is. For me, I've learned how to focus on what's in front of me, and that's my opponent. So of course I'm aware of what's going on the other side, but I can't allow myself to go there just yet. I need to do what I'm supposed to do and what I will do on Saturday, get the victory, and then I'll focus on who's gonna be my opponents for the finals.
Awesome. And just to follow up on that, you sound so secure, and you could hear it in your voice that you're going to win, and it's in your head that way. So what are we looking at? A first round knockout, submission? Do you want to change it up for us or keep us waiting?
So I usually when I feel the way I'm feeling right now, it's hard to give a prediction it's gonna be a first or second round or third round finish. What I know is I'm gonna ask the questions, and we'll just have to see how long he wants to stick around.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Any other questions for Sadibou while we have him here? All right. Thank you for coming by today. Appreciate your time.
Hey, appreciate you guys.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. We have Ante. Should be here any minute. Ante will be our last one for the day. So if you have questions for him, go ahead and raise your hand. Sorry, guys, just 1 second. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Jonathan, will you go ahead and start us off?
Sure. Jonathan Ramlakan, 5 Reasons Sports. Ante, the last time you faced an opponent taller than you was Ricardo Prasel at Ryzen 10. What do you need to do as the shorter fighter to get the win this time around?
He says he's gonna destroy him.
Čuče. Ajde, zove. This man or I. Koliko za 95, koliko kaže 95? 95. A moguće ovo je. Dobro, ja se znaš šta će Igor zna. Evo, ja. Ništa, javila se ova, boje Mateja, ne mora ništa. A šta nam treba? Ajde, Mateja će, pusti ovaj ludi. Ja nešto govorim, a da ti preodiš na Eurovizu. A su neka izjava naša primjena. Samo nek se koncentrira, recite to. Upali na zvučnik, stavi ovdje, ja. Ajde, jebote, ajde, gasi ga. Debilo, gasite ga, debilo, jebote. Čekaj, gasto ga, molim te, Stipe, ugasi to, molim te, kad te molim, ugasi to. Ugasi to, molim te.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Matheus. Just to introduce me that I need to translate something for Ante.
Yes. Jonathan, can you please repeat your question for us slowly?
For sure. The last time you faced a taller opponent than you was when he faced Ricardo Prasel. What does he need to do as the shorter fighter to win this fight?
Can you maybe write the question and send it because I can't hear it properly?
Yep, I got you. Tony, I'm gonna text it over to you real quick. I can also I can paste it into the chat.
Okay, thanks, Jonathan. Yes, one. All right, here we go.
Mateja, Pipe, slušaj me, ne možemo ovako teško jer ovo direktno ljudi postavljaju pitanja, tako da će ovo što ovi ljudi pitaju njega pitanje. Ja ću mu prevesti, ti ćeš sve čuti kako ja govorim i onda ćeš čuti sve što on govori, Ante govori. I što Ante bude na hrvatskom rekao, ti samo reci na engleskom i to je dobro. Sad neće.
A neće zvanja će ja reći.
To je to, čućeš mene i čućeš Ante, to je to. Samo što Ante kaže, ti ponoviš na engleskom i to je to. Ono što Ante kaže na hrvatskom,
Ne.
tako je, ti samo slušaš što Ante kaže i to je to. I kad čuješ Antin glas, onda ti kad on završi, ti kaže na engleskom.
Ja ću pokušati kratak biti, aj.
I translate the
Okay.
question and then she translates it with Ante.
Okay, the first one. The last time you faced an opponent this much taller was Ricardo Prestel and Ryzen 10. What do you need to do as the shorter fighter to win this fight?
Znači, zadnji put kad se broj protiv većeg od sebe je bio Parcel.
Da.
I šta kao, ti se boriš sa manjim od sebe, šta ćeš sad napraviti?
Borim se sa manjim borcima od sebe, mislim da mi je to dobra bila prilika da vidim kako se bori sa većim čovjekom. Očekujem da ovaj je puno bolji borac nego Presel, tako da sigurno će biti napeta borba.
Okay, so last time he had a better and bigger fighter, and now his opponent is not such that, but he's expecting a good fighting techniques, and he's expecting that the fight is going to be good.
Were you guys able to hear that? You guys were able to hear that? Okay, great. Miles, go ahead.
Should I just paste them in the chat as well?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll just do one question for each of you guys, if that's okay. All right. You're fighting in Europe for the first time since the pandemic. How do you feel?
Boriš se prvi put kad je pandemija u Evropi, šta ti to znači?
Pa, sretno što sam se borio u Europi, doći moji prijatelji, moj brat i borim se pred europskom publikom, jako sam sretan i to mi je motivacija da povijedim. I nema vremenske razlike, nema jet laga, puno je lakše nego ići u Ameriku.
I'm very happy to have a chance to participate in European event that is much better than America because there is no jet lag. Also, there are going to be my friends, my brother, so he's going to have a good atmosphere here, and he's very happy that he can finally have a fight.
Awesome. Thank you. Ethan, can you paste your question?
Yep, just
Okay. Your opponent, Renan, has yet to be KO'd or TKO over the course of his career. How do you see yourself changing that on Saturday?
Znači, ovaj pobjedio većinom ono TKO i KO, kako ti misliš da će to sad biti?
Pa mislim da trebam biti agresivan, da trebam nabiti pressing, mislim da poslije prve runde on će padati, a ja ću ići prema gore, to je neki moj, nadam se da će biti tako biti.
Okay, usually he wins by KO, but for now he's expecting that he's going to do stand up, and then he's going to crash it down, and he's expecting that it is going to be like that.
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Awesome. All right, Eddie, let's get you for our last one if you can paste it. Your opponent is named the problem. You are walking into trouble. What message do you have for Renan?
He's the walking troubles. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He's the walking trouble. What message do you have for your opponent?
Thank you.
Mislim da će ovo biti veća nevola za njega biti, da će ovo biti njegov problem.
I think that he's going to have problem with me, not that I'm having problem with him, that he's going to have problem with me.
Awesome. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Ante. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking with me this afternoon. Morning.
Thank you so
where
much always
guys
for the
are.
opportunity.
All right, y'all. I will get this processed and I will put it in the Dropbox link. You can find that link. I thought I posted it in the original chat, but maybe I didn't. I'll send it out though.
It was in the press release that you guys sent out this morning.
Beautiful. Okay. Then